Hello, I'm Orla Allen Medium and Orla Allen Author, and here are some cards for you. So again, we have this Three of Wands coming out. If you've seen my previous reading, it was stuck in the packet before I started the reading and it wouldn't come out for me, so it was a sign I had to use it. And yeah, so it's come out again this time. So the Three of Wands is talking about a situation where we still need to give it some time. We still need to be weary of any action we take because it feels like a phase where we could potentially have an overreaction to any action that we take at the minute. So just bear that in mind if there's any sort of, especially where your work's concerned, but also in your day-to-day life. So if there's any situations, if there's any situations which are consistently day after day within your life, that can also be what it's about. So perhaps somebody you come in contact with, but it's generally talking about a situation which isn't how it should be or isn't how you perceive it to be or want it to be. So it's talking about where a situation you need to speak up for, you need to have your voice heard, you need to kind of stand up to whatever the situation is. But now is not the time to do that. So please hold back a little bit longer. Especially if you heard the video the other day, this one's coming forward to say, you know, it's still not the time. We still need to give it a wee bit more time. So the other three cards we have are the Son of Pentacles, the Father of Wands, and the Mother of Swords, which is quite interesting because you've got a son, a father, and a mother. And the Pentacles talk about your abundance, your finances. The Wands talk about your work, like we just said, and this wand is directly below the Three of Wands. And we also have the Mother of Swords, which is your problems and issues. So this is talking about your work life, your finances, and all the problems that you're experiencing just at the moment. And it very much feels like things aren't the way you would like them to be. They're not a happy medium. There's things that are a little bit up in the air. You know, the situation isn't perfect and it doesn't really feel like it's going to be perfect anytime soon. So we're having to kind of think about, you know, the situation as it is, the situation as we want it to be, and perhaps even look outside the box, look at new situations, think about long term, if it stays the way it is, how is that going to affect you? And do you maybe need to think about, you know, either moving on to something new, or do you need to retrain? Or where is it you see yourself in 5 years? Where is it you want to see yourself in 5 years? So that's very much what this is about. So whatever it is that you're about to put your foot down for, perhaps there's more information to come, which will mean that you don't have to put your foot down, which means you won't have to speak your truth, because that's very much what the Three of Wands feels like. We're having to speak our truth. So yeah, just give it a wee bit more time and see what happens, see what plays out. I mean, we're on a Saturday now. If this is a work situation, you're maybe looking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the very earliest, where you will have a different situation or an alternative narrative for the future. But yeah, so the Son of Pentacles is talking about where we're wanting to make more money, we're wanting to make new money, we're wanting to feel the motivation for our job as well. So I kind of feel like for some of you, the situation hasn't changed, but you've changed within yourself and you've realised that this isn't working for you, or it's not ideal, it's not essentially what you want, and you have to make a decision about how you're going to change the situation. Are you going to go for a promotion? Are you going to take a side step to a different company? Or are you going to change your career altogether? And I kind of feel like if it's a change of career, while there may be retraining, or there probably will be retraining if you're changing for a new job anyway, but I feel like there are plenty of skills you already have which will give you a good foundation for this retraining. It doesn't necessarily feel like you need to go back to university or you need to go to college for something. It feels more like just a kind of on the job sort of retraining. But I feel like it's fast paced. I feel like we have to think on our feet, and yeah, there's all that sort of thing going on. So I think you need to decide if your situation, you know your job inside out, you know what you're doing inside out, and while it might not be perfect for you, are you comfortable enough with changing it completely and having a completely different scenario, not just different people, not just different working environment, not just a different job, but also going into a situation where you won't have the foundation of knowledge that you already have, so you won't know your job inside out. So there's going to be maybe a 6-month period where you're going to have to settle into the role, where you're going to have to fully understand the company again, and that's something to take into consideration for some people too. Now, the Father of Wands is quite interesting, because the Father of Wands kind of talks about where something's going to happen or there's a change at foot. I'm very much drawn to the lightning strike in the background of the card, and I kind of feel like this lightning strike is something which is forced on you, which is out with your control, but it's something which motivates you to make the change. It motivates you to move forward. It motivates you to decide what it is you actually want, because you realise that the situation that you're currently in isn't going to stay the same, even if it is the same at the moment. There are changes coming. We also have the Mother of Swords there. Now, the Mother of Swords is an interesting card, because the owl represents the wisdom, the knowledge, the information. So you have all the information, you have all the knowledge. Whatever is to come for you, you have a good foundation and an ability to be able to do whatever it is that you want to, whatever path that is you want to go down. And I'm very drawn to the fact with this card that the owl is holding onto the handle. Okay, the sword's pointing into the ground, it's holding her weight. So this very much talks about where this problem or issue is something that's within your control. It's something which you know how to deal with. And I kind of feel like for some of you, this will be a case of deep in your gut, you know what you have to do, and you maybe just don't want to do it, or you maybe just don't want to take the action on it, or you're maybe just unsure. But this card's coming forward to say, no, you know what you're meant to do. You know how to deal with it. You know how to take control of this problem or issue that's come into your life. So whatever this negative situation is that's coming in, which is impacting your working environment or how you're spending your days, it's something which you know what you need to do. So what I would say to you is, if you've got a decision that you need to make, or you're trying to decide which way to go, pick one, okay? Doesn't matter which one you pick. Pick one and then imagine yourself in that role and see how you feel. So you'll either be excited and delighted and maybe a little bit scared because it's unknown, but that's a good sign. Whereas if you pick one thing and you don't feel it, you're really, your body, you know, everything about you, you're just like, nah, I really don't want to go down that route. Just simply picking one of them and imagining which path you're going down will be enough for you to be able to identify the right path for you, or what it is that's right for you deep down and what it is that's right for you long term. So that's a little something to have a wee think about. You have the power, you have the wisdom, you have the knowledge, you have every tool that you need to be able to progress with whatever the situation is. But just be aware of what you say and hold your tongue for another wee while, because not everything's been revealed. Not everything is obvious. You know, if you poke the bear's going to bite you. It's that simple. But if you leave the bear alone, that bear will be happy doing its own wee thing wherever it's doing its own wee thing. And that's very much what the Three of Wands is talking about. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will speak to you all again soon.